What is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We are back in the stew. Man, it feels good to be home. How are y'all feeling today, man? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Couch is nice. Crib is nice. AC's on. We got a lot to get into today, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. So we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. On the docket today, got to ask the question, Bears or Bulls? And we'll throw some of the other teams in there as well, right? White Sox could be on a World Series path, but Bears or Bulls? Because that's what we talk about mostly on this channel. Who wins it all first? Who finally puts it together first? That's the question on the video today. We're also going to get into the breakdown of Stephen Curry and his masterful finals run. Talk about where we rank him on this entire NBA scale, and also where we put this Warriors dynasty at. It is now a dynasty. As they won the NBA championship last night. That's the reason for championship talk. A crazy game, crazy moment last night, right? Where you see Steph, just break down and crying on the court. And really just, you gotta love it. You gotta love what we saw last night. But it made me think about our team, right? Like I miss when we were the championship talk. Or when we were in championship talk. I miss that. When we were contenders. Even with Derrick Rose, at least we knew we had a chance to be there. Now it feels like we're just trying to figure out how we can get back to mediocrity. What's the quickest way for us to get back to being average? And I understand that there's a process with everything, right? I understand that it's not going to happen overnight. I get that with the Bears. I get that with the Bulls. I get that with everybody, right? But how do you get there? That's the question. That's what we're going to break down today. I just dropped the poll in the chat as well. I will say this though, right? I wanted to put the link up for the Discord, but I got to remember what my password is on the computer. Y'all ever log out of, like, accidentally hit sign out all? Which, why is that an option? Google, I'm looking at you. You ever hit sign out all on your Google? And then you're trying to, you log back in, you're trying to remember passwords, you're trying to remember, bro, this is a nightmare. I'm like logging into stuff that I normally have already saved, already ready to go, trying to just get this thing to work. And all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, wait a minute, where's that at? Why am I not logged in on that? What happened to this? Like, bro, it has been an absolute nightmare here today. So bear with me as we get this thing sorted out, man. What's going on in the chat? Let me shout out some of the chat in here. Shay's in this mug, man. Steve-O's in this mug. Chicago Bulls Central in this mug. Hey, still stressed, bro. You already know, man. We got Hayes in the building. Baki's in the chat. Joseph in the chat, what's going on, man? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love today. Let's break this down, bro. Steve-O, facts, bro. Trying to remember. Now, I will say this, right? At least the passwords aren't 8 years old because I just got the computer. I just set some of this stuff up, right? This is more the business side of things, but just trying to remember everything, dog, is a nightmare. Crit in the chat was good. Ichigo was good. Bruh, I'm pressed. I'm a little bit pressed. It's all right, though. It's all right. Bob in the chat was good. Here's the question, and let's dive into it. And you got to start off by asking who's closer, and take into account where the leagues are at. I know a lot of people come in here and they feel like Bulls is the instant answer, right? Because the Bulls made the playoffs this season, moving in the right direction. But I think if I was the vote on this poll, and I can't because it's my page, but if I was the vote on this poll, I would say Bears, but not because of team construction and where they're at. You got to hear me out on this. In the NBA, as we just saw, you can have a ridiculously good team and somebody can exploit you. You can have a team that is fighting, moving, doing everything in the right direction. The Milwaukee Bucks have that team. The Milwaukee Bucks couldn't get to the NBA Finals this year. In fact, they couldn't even get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. In football, it's just a completely different animal. And we can watch a team go from worst to first so quickly. The Bengals were right where we were. The Bengals were right where we were. And I agree. The Bulls are closer. There's no doubt. The Bulls are definitely closer to a championship. The Bulls have pieces in place right now that you feel like are going to win you games. They're absolutely closer. But the NFL turnaround is so quick. I'm not saying that the Bears are going to be good this season. I'm not saying that the Bears are going to be good next season. I'm not saying that it's going to be an immediate thing. But I just feel like right in the NBA, there's such a process. You think about the two teams that were there. The Boston Celtics still don't have an NBA championship under their belt, this iteration of the team. And they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times in the NBA Finals now. And they still didn't get the job done. I could see the Bears absolutely becoming a Super Bowl team based on the fact of one thing: if Justin Fields can play. You feel completely different if Justin Fields can play. You feel completely different if Justin Fields can move in the right direction. And listen, this is not a this season topic. The question is, who wins a championship first? Who gets the job done first? I think there's so many variables. I could see the Bears winning a Super Bowl before I see the Bulls winning an NBA championship. Because the biggest question, right, on the Bulls side for me, especially with team construction, roster construction, and hopefully AK, changes some things this season. But when you're talking about where the roster is going to be moving, how the roster is going to be getting into the right direction, how they're going to improve the team, you still might not have a top caliber player. You still might not have, right? One player changes everything in the NBA. One player can change everything in the NBA. If you're sitting there and you're like, oh, Justin Fields, or I'm sorry, Zach LaVine is really good, and DeMar DeRozan's cooking, and Vooch is hooping, but we ran up against Jason Tatum. Well, maybe not after last night. We ran up against Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. You could be knocked out that day, that series. You could just not have the right matchup. It can be a tough cover for you. Meanwhile, in the NFL, Bears could be years away. There could be players on this Bears team right now that we don't even think come close to being a part of a championship level team. And all of a sudden, halfway through the season, we're sitting there talking about, hey, brother, listen, that's a really good player. That could change everything. Now you're looking at this team completely different. And I'm not saying this is a this season thing, but it's just, I don't know, bro. I feel like football is just such an easier turnaround. I feel like football is just such an easier turnaround. Crit says the NFL is built for teams to go from worst to first sooner. Yeah, and listen, it's how it happened. Look, the Bengals weren't supposed to be in the Super Bowl last season. Nobody picked that, bro. I think I picked the Bengals to lose in every round. I think I picked the Bengals to lose in every single round. And they're sitting in the Super Bowl. One play away from winning an NBA or winning a Super Bowl. If you could hold up for one more second there, brother. If you could hold up one more second. Bryce coming through says Browns will win a chip before the Bears. Depends on who's behind the quarterback. Depends on who's behind there at quarterback. You know what I mean? If it's Deshaun Watson, well, that's a whole different situation there. That could be a completely different thing. That could be a completely different thing. If it's Baker Mayfield, I don't buy it. It's such an interesting conversation, right? Because like where the Bulls are right now, you'd feel like they're so far ahead. You would feel like they're in a position, right? How far do we think the Bulls are away from winning a championship? How far do we believe the Bulls are away from winning a championship? One piece, two pieces, three pieces? I mean, I think you're talking about probably still one piece developing and adding one piece away. So technically two pieces. But on the Bears side of things, right? You're an offensive line away. The Bears will be a completely different team this season if Lucas Patrick and that offensive line can put together five guys that can stand in there and protect Justin Fields. That's where the Bears are away. To me, that's how far the Bears are away. And that ain't easy to find. And here's the thing, right? I would say finding that offensive line is the same level as finding that one piece in the NBA that's going to put you over the top. The chance that you find a Giannis is equally as difficult as finding five dudes that are all going to be on the same page to block us to block. In my opinion, because it's just such a rarity. Like, yes, there are more stars on every league or on every team, I should say. There's more stars on every team in the NBA. But when you talk about the best of the best of the best, those are the ones that are winning NBA championships. Listen, Jason Tatum's a heck of a player. Jason Tatum's a heck of a player. Jaylen Brown, heck of a player. He ain't Stephen Curry. He ain't Finals MVP Stephen Curry. They're just not. So it's like you can find this level of player here. And the Bulls, I think, have done that. I think the Bulls have that in Zach LaVine. But to find that great player that's going to come in there and get the job done for him, that's going to be tough. I think that's equally as difficult as finding a five offensive linemen that are going to be able to stand in front of your quarterback and protect him. And I think that's the biggest key. On the football side, that's the biggest thing. The Bears are an offensive line away. And I'll tell you this, I think the Bears have always been an offensive line away. I think there's been some good quarterbacks in this franchise. I think there's been some good quarterbacks in this franchise. I just think that this team now, or they've never protected these guys. They've never stood in front of these guys. That's where the Bears are away. As we update on the poll here, shout out to y'all for voting in right now. 59% of you saying the Chicago Bulls are closer than the Chicago Bears. That's going to be interesting, man. That's going to be interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Do we feel like how many years till the Bulls get one? How many years till the Bulls get one? Legitimately. Like, if they add a piece, how many years do we think it's going to take for them to get one? I don't think Zach LaVine wins a championship before 30. If the Bulls get one. I don't think he wins a championship before 30. Because I think it's going to take that long for Patrick Williams and Lonzo Ball and him. DeMar's probably gone by then. Vooch is probably gone by then. It's going to take time for that to gel. And you're going to have to this is the tough part about it, right? Like, the Warriors are in a great position now because the Warriors have just won their 4th championship and they have somebody to pass the torch to. You're going to pass it on to Jordan Poole. You're going to pass it on to Andrew Wiggins. You're going to pass it on to who else is over there? Gary Payton II. I don't know if he's going to be a part of that next core. Oh, James Wiseman, if he ever plays again, right? You're passing the torch to those guys after winning a championship. The Bulls are going to have that passing the torch moment probably without a ring under their belt. Now, hopefully I'm wrong, right? Hopefully championship 7 comes with DeMar, Zach, and Vooch. But you're probably going to have that passing of the torch, new regime moment without a ring under your belt. And so you're talking about, hey, we're trying to build a core here of what I think the 3 guys, what's going to be the Bulls core by championship time? You're talking about Io, Lonzo, Zach, P. Will. Like, that's what you would think would be the core, or at least you would hope would be the core of you winning multiple championships. Hey, says you can't even pass Wiseman the ball. He ain't getting a torch. Hey, bro. Hey, I just said he was gonna be on the team. I don't. That's probably the core they hoping for, right? That's crazy, bro. They won a championship, and Wiseman is probably is coming back next season. Maybe, we don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna keep this poll up for a little while, man. I thought it was a good topic to start the day off with. Um, trying to keep it. Listen, we always gonna talk Bulls and Bears and White Sox and all of that over here. Less White Sox. I ain't gonna lie to you because it irritates my soul where these mugs are. Good lord. But we're always gonna talk that over here. But we got to talk about this NBA Finals, man. We got to talk about the NBA Finals. We got to get into last night, get into what Stephen Curry was doing. Yeah, I'm saying, get into where this Warriors team is going to be going. Before we do that, though, I do have to ask, are you still paying full price for the things you love? What if I told you your favorite merchandise or places to go could work for you? Well, now they can at Rakuten.com, where you can earn cash back on every purchase. You want that new pair of Nike Air Maxes? Rakuten is offering right now up to 10% cash back on the Nike store. Y'all seen he had that stroke right there? My fellas, if you need a new driver for the year and you don't want the wife to know how much you really spent, get cash back over at Dick's Sporting Goods. Rakuten has all that and so much more, and they're even offering double cash back in select stores. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and sign up using our code to get started now. And if you spend more than $30, it also helps out your favorite Chicago sports talk show. Check the link in the description below to sign up with Rakuten today. I guarantee that your wallet will thank you. And I'll thank you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Bro, we got to talk about last night, though. We got to talk about last night because we saw what I would call an embarrassing effort at times from the Boston Celtics. We saw what I would call a team that seemed like they didn't understand the moment in the Boston Celtics. Multiple times last night. Multiple times. Out of timeouts. Ball is turned over. They allow more of a run. They allow the Golden State Warriors to essentially put them in a deeper hole. They dominated. And Boston couldn't respond out of timeouts alone. I loved watching that game. I loved the to see Stephen Curry win that, but I hated how you never got that. And they got it to single digits a couple times, right? First off, P Kid, the one time he's out here like, oh, we'll do a shot every time Al Horford gets a three. And then all of a sudden Al Horford drains 4 threes in a quarter. Yeah, I'm saying they cut it. They cut the lead multiple times, but you never felt like they were gonna put their foots on the Golden State Warriors throat. You never felt like they were going to close that game out. You never felt like they were coming back. I mean, and it's the same things that we talked about all series. They had 22 turnovers last night. And so how did the Celtics bounce back? How did the Celtics bounce back? How did the Celtics get in the right direction? That's the question that I have on last night, dog. Like how do you how do you get yourself back to the NBA finals? Because it can't be just run it back and get yourself over the mountaintop. And for me, when I looked at that game last night, when I looked at where that team was, when I looked at how they were attacking, when the Celtics were at their best, every time they went on a run, the ball movement was phenomenal. I don't know if that's Marcus Smart. I don't know if that's Ime Udoka. I don't know who that is. If it's Tatum and Brown can't play together because of the ball movement, I don't know what the outcome on that is, bro. I don't. But the one thing that I can say that I saw last night was whenever they got down, those guys became the one-on-one kings. You try to get a bucket. You try to get a bucket. You try to get a bucket. They let a 21-0 run off. From the first quarter, from 3:30 in the first quarter until like what was it, like 8 minutes in the second? They didn't score a bucket. Jaylen Brown comes back into the game, and all of a sudden he's able to get a bucket. And Tails, don't get me started on Jason Tatum. That's a whole different situation. Broski Bear was going on. But I was just watching that game and I wanted it to go 7. Listen, I wanted to see. I was not ready for the NBA to end. I wanted to see this thing go 7. I wanted to see them figure it out and they never looked like they deserved to be in that game. They looked like they were beat. Like they had that initial punch. They went up 14-2. They looked like they had that initial punch. They were moving in the right direction. They were fighting their way forward. They were getting it. And then all of a sudden, right, that was all they had for the game. You got to show more. You got to show more heart in a game 6 closeout. You got to show more fight in a game 6 closeout. I picked it to go 4-1, ends up going 4-2, and I can't say that Boston looked like they had that uh uh um I can't say that maybe what game 3? Which one did Boston win again, right? Game 3? Yeah, cuz they went up 2-1. Was the one time where I felt like Boston had control. It was the one time where I was like, yeah, yeah. They might have some. They might be able to bully their way through this. They might be able to fight their way through this. They might be able to. I thought that they were going to be tougher. I thought they were going to be stronger. I thought they were going to attack the paint, and we just didn't see that consistently. And we didn't see good ball movement. We didn't see good rotation. We didn't see anything. I told y'all, Golden State smelled blood in the water. This Golden State team smelled blood in the water. How does Boston fix it? How does Boston run it back? That's the question there. Is it just point guard play? I do think they need to re-up on the bench a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Pritchard completely disappeared in this series. Derek White was kind of there. Derek White had some good moments. I think most of his good moments were in the games they won, which tells you how good that bench needs to be. But dog, like, is Marcus Smart? I get he's DPOY, even though Steph averaged 30 on his dome. I get he's DPOY, but is Marcus Smart the answer at point guard for you? Is that the problem? Is there a piece that, yeah, these two are really good together and they're gonna be good together, and you just gotta wait this out, right? But is there a point, right, where you gotta say, where, like Kid has said, hey, this isn't gonna work together. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum does not work together because it doesn't feel like they're comfortable. We didn't see them play well together all playoffs. We talked about this the entire playoffs. This isn't something new. This isn't something different. This isn't something that we looked at and we were like, "Oh man, where'd that come from?" The entire playoffs, I said, "Why aren't these two playing well together?" And because Jason Tatum, right, doesn't take over the way that you thought that he would be able to, because Jason Tatum doesn't take over on a consistent basis, to where even he's got a couple of 20 plus point games in that finals. How many did Tatum have? I think three, maybe four of the games he's got 20 plus, but the shooting percentages is the problem. Let me see here. Recap. No, I don't need that. Just give me the stats, brother. The Score app is one of the best apps ever. The website is terrible. Uh, Trying to see here. Can't even click on them. All right, I'm going to stat news. Don't worry about it. But listen, the shooting percentages all series awful. And the games that he did play well, and the times that him and Jaylen Brown did play well, guess what? They go on runs. All of a sudden, it's a completely different team. It's almost an unbeatable team. Adrian, what's going on, brother? When they went on that run in Golden State in Game 5, what was it that got them on that run? Good ball movement. Brown's playing well. Smart's playing well. Here's his shooting percentages. Here's his shooting percentages from game 1 to game 5. 17%. That's game one. They won that game, by the way. He shot 17%. 42% game two. They lost that one. 39 game three. Not bad. 34 game four. He was 8 for 23. By the way, my bad. I said not bad. Game three, he was 9 for 23. Game four, he's 8 for 23. Game five, 10 for 20. Good game. Shot at 50%. Played well in that second half. Game six, 6 for 18, 33%. That can't be your number one. That can't be your star. That can't be the guy. And so because of that, Jaylen Brown's handling the ball at the end of the game. I think that's the biggest struggle that they have. You got to have a point guard that can bring the ball up. You've got to. The biggest struggle that they have right now is that you're not having Smart set up the offense when you need to get some scoring going. Tatum literally can't bring the ball up at this point because he's not shooting the ball well at all, so you can't get a lot of action off him. My favorite play from last night wasn't even a Golden State play. My favorite play from last night wasn't even a Golden State play. My favorite play from last night, they throw the ball into Smart. Smart kicks it back out to Tatum. Tatum pump fakes, drives out, kicks it out to Smart in the corner. Corner three lined up. Smart doesn't take it, kicks it back over to Tatum for a wide open three-pointer, left side top corner. When they move the ball, when they're not playing one-on-one, when they're not playing stagnant, it's a different level team. I don't know, and you hate to say that, right? Because here's the thing. I'm also not going to be one of those guys that just disrespect making the NBA finals. There's a lot of people that do that, right? They don't pay respect to the guys that get on the other side and lose. They were still better than your entire team all season. Right? Like there's something to be said for getting to the NBA finals. There's something to be said. We hold Derrick Rose in as high regard as we do, and the furthest he got was an ECF. That he got 4-1 in. There's something to be said about making an NBA finals. I will not disrespect them for doing it. And that's why I think that it's incremental fixes. It's incremental fixes. I don't think you blow this whole thing up. I'm not on that. I think you need to find you a point guard, though. I think they're a point guard away. On the flip side, though, Stephen Curry. The Golden State Warriors. First things first, I'll give Kid credit where credit is due. Game 6 Clay did not exist last night. hey, I will say this. I love that Klay Thompson and the entire Warriors team believes in Game 6 Clay just as much as the media does. I love that Klay Thompson and the Warriors team, like, bro, they were getting Klay the ball and literally stop, turn around, pull up, hand in the face, fade away, Jay, cash. And there was a couple moments, right, where you thought he was about to spark off. There was a couple moments last night with Klay Thompson where you were like, "Oh, is this game 6 Klay about to break out? Is this about to happen? We doing this? Are we doing this right now?" It wasn't a ton of the time, right? I can't say that it was that I felt like they were gonna dominate there, right? I felt like, or I'm sorry, that he was gonna dominate there. There wasn't a ton of the time where I was like, "Nah, Clay's got this. He about to turn up." Like it wasn't consistent, I should say. But every now and then he'd come up with that shot and just be like, cash. And you'd be like, ugh, I don't know about it. Is this happening? Are we doing this? And I think the craziest thing, right, was that I thought they were going back to Golden State if Game 6 Klay or if Klay Thompson was mediocre. Meanwhile, we got the pool party going crazy out here, knocking down threes left and right. Jordan Poole was going crazy last night, dog. I was hyped to see Jordan Poole play as well as he did. Bruh, I hate how StatMuse does this. I was hyped to see Jordan Poole play as well as he did last night, though, because it was one of those where I was concerned whether the role players would be able to show up and give them good production. I didn't know whether the role players would be able to show up and give in a hostile environment, in a tough environment to win in a tough place for them to come in, and they had struggled already. I didn't know if it was going to click for Poole. I got to give him credit, man. He did his thing. That's pretty interesting. If you Google NBA Finals right now, fireworks pop off with the color of the Warriors. That was a weird moment for me. Jordan Poole last night, 15 points on 18 minutes. That's some bench production right there. Stephen Curry, 34, 7 and 7. Klay Thompson, 12, 5 and 2. Here is the I'll say this. Here's the man that you have to give all the credit to for stepping up at the right time. Draymond Green. I applaud you. Draymond Green, I applaud you, brother. You took it all in, all the slander, all the hate, all the disrespect. You went on your podcast, said y'all gonna get this pod. You still didn't show up for the first 4 games. But I'll say this. When your team needed you most, and those last 2 games, you absolutely showed up. Draymond Green last night, 12 points, 2 3-pointers made, by the way, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. It looked like the Draymond I was used to seeing. It looked like the Draymond that I expected to see. It looked like the Draymond that we hoped to see. It was the I can do anything you need me to do guy. That was exciting to see. Took your mama calling you out on it. But I got to give respect to that man. Yeah, being a champion is all about stepping up in the moment. Stepping up when your team needs you most, Jason. It was such a fun dynamic to see Draymond snatch a rebound, full court pass, up the court, Steph, easy lay. That Warriors ball movement a lot of times gets started with Draymond. Yeah, I mean, that Warriors ball movement to me gets started a lot of times with Draymond. And so to see him kind of stepping in and taking on that role that he had, I think that was huge last night. It was a fun night, man. Now, here's a question to the chat. And I'm sure it'll be asked all over all of the social medias and all over all of the all the podcasts and all the ESPN shows today. Yeah, I'm saying. Where does this dynasty rank? I think most people would say Celtics probably top dynasty. Celtics or Lakers, then Bulls. Where does this dynasty rank in there? Where does these Warriors teams? And really at this point, right, you're really just talking about your big three. Where does this big three rank? Clay, Dre, and Steph. I don't know why I put Steph last, like he's not Finals MVP. Where does Clay, Dre, and Steph rank among threes? You got LeBron, Bosh, Wade, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman in the final three. Kobe, Shaq. I don't know. Throw somebody in there with that. Because, dog, for me, you got to put them high. They keep going back. They keep winning. They keep getting the job done. The two times we saw, every time we've seen the Warriors lose, those guys have an issue. Saw the Warriors lose to Toronto. No KD. No Clay. Draymond was hurt. Saw him lose to Cleveland. Cleveland one they might have to hold. The Cleveland one they might have to hold. I ain't gonna lie to you. But they've won 4 of the last 8 NBA championships, and it doesn't look like outside of Dre, most of these guys are slowing down. Clay didn't play at his best, but I'm not holding Clay. I want to see Clay with a full season under his belt, see what he's giving them then. But man, like it doesn't look like Steph is slowing down in the slightest. You could see Steph continue this thing with an entirely new iteration of players. We could go from Steph, Clay, Dre to Steph, Poole, Wiggs. This team is crazy. Credit to Steve Kerr, man. Of course, it took a Chicago Bull to put him over the top. Steve Kerr becoming the only coach yesterday outside of Phil Jackson that won in 4 different decades. Joseph says you can't really call anything LeBron's been on a dynasty. He's just a championship hit stick. Curry, Clay, Dre have a dynasty. I wasn't saying that was a dynasty. I was just talking about where do they rank among the big threes, right? Like, could you put them up against any big three and feel like, yeah, no, these guys are it. Um, right on par with the '80s, the Celtics in the '80s. Dog, like I actually, yeah. Like this team to me, right? Like I don't see them slowing down. I don't know if they win the NBA championship next season either. I think the Western Conference has some teams that are coming up, right? I think you're going to get Kawhi and PG back on the court at the same time. I think that the with CJ McCollum down in New Orleans, you're going to have a nice dynamic there. I don't know if they get the to the finals or get a finals run, but I think that you're going to have a tough team that's going to be a tough out. And here's the thing, right? Having tough teams in your conference matters because you get to a point where you're too tired to keep going because you got to beat all these tough teams. I absolutely think that played into how Boston played. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely think that played into how Boston played because they had to go through uh uh um they had to go through Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami. You went through Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami. That's going to play a factor in a little bit. That's going to make it harder on you just a little bit. So I think I think that I don't know if the Warriors run it back next season with the back-to-back. But I think that they got a heck of a chance to, and now you got everybody on that team that we were saying, oh, they're young. They've never been here before. They've never done this before. This is going to be new for them. It ain't new no more. They know how to win a championship. Andrew Wiggins knows how to play in a closeout game. Jordan Poole knows how to play in a closeout game. Gary Payton II knows how to play in a closeout game. As we welcome into the chat, man. The man, the myth. Before I do that, let me update y'all on the poll, man. The poll right now, 67% saying the Bulls will win a championship. Before the Chicago Bears will. Very interesting take there. Very interesting take. You welcome into the chat, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stefan Adon is in the building. Steph, what's good?
What's up, man?
Bro, any chickens over there, or what's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Hey, dog. Speaking of chicken, dog.
Wait. This is how we start. All right. Hold on. I ain't know why Steph wasn't here. I told y'all. Hey, look, we definitely got the blackest podcast on the net, bro. Like, must just show up. They just pull up. But now I gotta know this. All right, he said, speaking of chicken, that's the first thing he said as he came on the show.
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right, y'all. So basically, my pops in class, he wanted some lunch, so somebody got him a $25 DoorDash gift card, you dig? And his phone, so we don't mess with the green bubbles, bro. So like the man phone was so unresponsive. It took me like an hour just to try to put the chicken on in, man. Like then this man, hey bro, I don't eat the white. I can't eat white meat. I don't eat white meat.
Who doesn't eat white meat? Chicken is the only white meat I really mess with. Wild bar right there.
Oh my god, like bro, we.
So you've been trying to put your dad's Uber Eats in for 45 minutes.
Dog, cause he needed it. Like they on break right now. They on break, and he didn't know nothing. I'm like, how you copy and paste on this? You know how to do it? What?
No, I don't. Tell your dad.
I have an iPhone. We don't mess with the green.
Tell that man get an iPhone, boy. I mean, he got to get that together. Hey, Hayes talking about you, bro. He said you keep changing the subject about this chicken yesterday, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, the other chicken incident from yesterday, that was a different thing, you know?
Hey, bro, that didn't tell us nothing. Ringo explanations be mad questionable. Hayes, I got a lot of questions. Don't you worry here. Hey man, since we got you in here, man, how you doing? First off, good to see you. Stay blessed.
I'm straight though. We here.
I'll ask you the question. We can go back to the question of the episode. Yeah, I'm saying, and then we can talk a little bit of finals about what you saw last night and stuff like that. Yeah. Who wins a championship first? Bears or Bulls? It's tough because you got to take the NFL into
the Bears.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bears because I'm looking at it like you got to think about how the league is going. Like the camaraderie of the Bulls right now. You really don't know. Like everything with the Bulls is kind of. I'm not gonna say it's up in the air, but you're not really sure. Like Lonzo's health. You don't really know if Zach is coming back. Zach is expected to resign. They're getting a little older, with Demar and Vooch are kind of the elder statesmen on the team, so you got to kind of retool and readjust. P Wheels kind of you got P Wheel on IO, but you really don't know what that's gonna look like going forward. This is P Wheels kind of make it or break a year. Whereas on the flip side of that, if you look at the Bears, I mean, you pretty much, Justin's still on his rookie deal. After that, you got Mooney, you got a couple of solid pieces, and then the Bears got the cap to go and spend to do whatever they want to do. If they can keep Justin off of his butt, I don't see why the Bears can't at least be, I would say, a title contender in the next 2 to 3 years.
I think the
It's
NFL
2 to 3 years far fetched. They're like,
I hope not, because if they not at least moving in the right direction in 2 to 3 years,
I got some questions.
We're gonna be looking for a new head coach and a new quarterback. Well, I can't say that. Depending on how the quarterback looks, but at a minimum, we're probably looking for a new head coach. No, the reason I said Bears is because I think it's just the league is built for you to be successful quicker in the NFL, right? And with the Bears, it's going to be rare that they're going to go up against the teams that, right? Like if they with how the playoff seeding is, like we could run into somebody from the NFC East. Yeah, I mean, like that's a dub automatically. You never know, right? Like how the playoffs is gonna fall, but there's just something. Like the Bears were awful the last 2 years. They sucked, and they made the playoffs one of those two. There's always an opportunity for you to have success quicker in the NFL than in the NBA. And in the NFL, right? Like you could just catch a heater. We've seen teams catch a heater. The Giants caught a heater. The Giants caught a heater. The
Giants caught a heater twice.
Bro, the Ravens caught a heater.
Trent Dilfer
and Trent Dilfer didn't catch a heater. That defense was ridiculous. But the Joe Flacco Raiders, Flacco just in the playoffs was a god.
Yeah.
Flacco got in the playoffs. Dot. Who's this dude? Yeah, I'm saying,
hey, we're gonna give you 100 M's.
Yeah, that was stupid. Hey, that man got his money and never played well again. Tails, brother, the NFC is stacked this and the future. The NFC may be stacked, right? But I mean, the AFC was stacked last year, and the Bengals were there.
I don't think the NFC is that stacked. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
I think the NFC is not stacked.
No, the NFC is not stacked at all.
I think it's top heavy. I think we don't know what the new Packers are gonna look like. Pepe, that's a fact.
Bro, at this point, I'm gonna go out on the limb and say it's gonna be legitimately Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the nobodies, because
even the comment by Black Rain, right? He says Bears will improve, but they're not winning until Rodgers leaves. Rodgers doesn't stand in our way. Aaron Rodgers just plays for our rival. Let's put it into perspective. He plays for our rival. Aaron Rodgers can't get his team out the first round. Aaron Rodgers does not stand in our way. And so, like, for me, right, it's about who wins first, not who's going to be the long-term champion, or who's going to win quickest, or who's going to be the closest, quickest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that right now the Bears are anywhere close to where the Bulls are development or play-wise. But what I'll say is, It takes one offensive line, and I said this earlier. I said finding 5 dudes that are going to stand in front of your quarterback and play well is just as hard as finding an NBA superstar. And you're not winning a championship without either. You might get to one. Jimmy got to one. The Celtics just got to one. I think we're to a point where you don't need a superstar to get there.
No, you don't.
You just need a couple of stars. But guess who you're going to lose to? That superstar. You don't need a superstar to get there, but guess what? Wasn't nobody slowing down Stephen Curry.
Hey, last night was a legit masterclass, but
bro, masterclass, bro. Masterclass. Teach them. Serve them. Put it on a plate.
Welcome to Golden State Warriors 101. Hi, I'm Steph Curry.
Are you ready to lose your ring?
This is what you do when you get the switch. Put them on there.
it's one of those things. And what did Ricky say? Ricky said AFC West is scarier than the entire NFC. That's a fact.
I think the entire AFC is.
Hey, I mean, it's for me, right?
Well, hey, once we get to the playoffs, I legitimately think it's going to be a pick 'em. I'm not.
It's a pick 'em. I'm not sure. You know why? Because the teams that we think are going to put you over the top don't. The teams that you look, who had the Packers losing to the Niners?
Oh, nobody.
I didn't even have that team.
The Packers was the hottest team in the league the second half of the season.
Bro, I didn't even have the Niners competing in that game. I think I had the Niners getting cooked in that game. And I mean, like, they came out and they made a heck of a run themselves. By the way, is Jimmy G playing on the Niners or is
I don't know. Everybody keeps saying it's Trey Lance. I don't know what's going on. Apparently Jimmy Garoppolo is hurt, and once he come back and throw the ball that trade talk's gonna heat back up. I don't know what's going on with that.
If you start the season with Jimmy G, you got to play with him though. I don't think you could trade him mid-season. Although I guess you could because Trey Lance is taking all the snaps right now.
That's true. Yeah, because he hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt. So
Robbie on that field.
Trey's taking all the snaps.
Hey, Baki, I'll say this, right? I'll say this. It's not about did I want the Packers to win. I didn't expect the Packers to win. I was definitely rooting for Robbie on that field goal. And I rooted for Jimmy G because Jimmy G is from here.
No, that's so
I like to see the Chicago. Jimmy G's from here.
Eastern Illinois.
Bro, Jimmy G grew up in like Arlington Heights.
Oh, that's what I now see that
like
part.
He's actually from here.
Yeah, that part I didn't know.
Yeah, Jimmy G grew up like I think that's facts. I think he grew up in Arlington Heights or something like that. What's they tight end? Why can't I think of his name right now?
George Kittle.
George Kittle is a Bears fan.
Huge Bears fan.
So, look, I had all the reason in the world. Robbie Gold's your kicker. Jimmy G grew up in Arlington Heights, and George Kittle's a Bears fan. Yeah, I was a Niners fan. I was rocking with him.
I could see that.
I was a Niners fan. I was rocking with him, and anybody that beats the Packers. You know what I'm saying? But I think the difference is right. Like in the NFL, you can go for, like, say we figure out the offensive line combination. Justin Fields is going to take a step. Justin Fields takes a step. Now you're talking about your quarterback room helping develop your wide receiver room. Like Darnell Mooney said, his success is my success. My success is his success. Now you're talking about Darnell Mooney being a player. Hopefully Bayless Jones turns into something. You're moving your team in the right direction. And I think this defense is going to be nice because, I got 36 inches of bear head back here that tells me that the Bears are good at building defenses. So I'm not worried about the defense in the slightest. I think that you can move towards a winning situation much quicker in that scenario. On the flip side of that, there's a ton of dudes in the NBA. In the Eastern Conference alone, you're going through KD, Kyrie, Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, man. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Well, man on the first one.
Yeah. Man on the first one. We gotta have a conversation about that second dude.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But who else? You could be talking about Rudy Gobert coming over here. You could be talking about you're talking about Trae Young, LaMelo's developing. Who like there's so many players, and you got to beat those guys 4 times. There's so many names. Darius Garland moving in the right direction. Larry Markkinen. I'm joking.
Hey, Otto Porter got one though.
Forget you, though.
Yeah, I'm saying got one. Hey, I remember a kid said that. I was like, yo, you know Otto Porter about to get one, right? Get one on what?
What? Get one on what, right? Yeah, I'm saying. Hey man, I congrats to Otto Porter, man. I'm not gonna hate on Otto Porter. I kind of hate on him. But literally, like, even if Zach LaVine becomes or continues to be the star level player that he is, if DeMar has another wilt season, if Vooch all of a sudden figures out how to play that third position, you still got to go through a heck of a lot of people to win an NBA championship. If I'm being realistic, I could play the dog. Like Jay Cutler got to the NFC title game. He beat the Seahawks and what? The Titans, I think it was.
The Titans in the AFC.
My bad, not the Titans. He beat the Seahawks and the yeah, that was wrong.
I'm like, yo.
Who did dang, who did we beat? Because we got the bye. I know we beat the Seahawks. Oh, that's it. No, you got to beat 2 teams. No, that's it. Let me see that. What was that? 2011? Because let's see, Bears playoff history. It ain't much. It's sad to see all-time passing leader Jay Cutler. 2000. No, so we did play in the
Seattle and the Saints.
We played Seattle, we played the Saints. No, that's the year we went to the Super Bowl. The year that we got to the conference championship with Jay Cutler, we played just Seattle because we had to bye. And then we played Green Bay in the conference championship and lost.
Oh, because that's wasn't that the year y'all let them in?
Yeah, we let them in.
Oh, I remember that too, because we was right on the cover. It was either let them in or let the Giants in, and y'all was like, all right.
Yeah, should have let the Giants in. Although at that point y'all had 2 comeback wins, like absolutely being mediocrity, and 1 Super Bowls off of them. So I guess I kind of get that. But no, it was like Jay Cutler got to an NFC title game. Nobody would say that Jay Cutler was this dominant player, that Jay Cutler would, and I think that's more so because of the blocking scheme. Yeah, I'm saying, but nobody would say that Bears team was amazing. It's just they were good enough to get there.
Cam Newton got to a Super Bowl.
Cam Newton's been to a Super Bowl, brother. Like I think Cam Newton also was MVP. But I mean, dog,
was that team like exponentially great though? Like,
nah, not exponentially great. I guess I can't say that. Good defense though. That was a good defense.
I know that. That's when Luke was legitimately a tryhard.
Hey, I love when Must do this. Danger TJ Cutler's stats are better than Troy Aikman. Look it up. Hey, I don't need to look it up. I know his stats are better. It's also at a time where like quarterback accuracy mattered. Quarterbacks being accurate mattered at that point in time. Like the mugs was Troy Aikman was just throwing that mug up there, hoping that nobody was sniffing cocaine on the way to catch it. So, I mean, I think that it's easier to get to an NFC title game or to get to a Super Bowl than to get to an NBA championship now. because there's so much against you. That's crazy to say. Maybe that's a good poll too. Is it easier to get to a Super Bowl than it is to get to an NBA championship? Half the teams in the playoffs. So, like half the teams in the NFL make the playoffs.
I'm just rolling with the Bears just based off of like the playoff format anyway too.
Yeah.
Because it's like they added that extra team. So it's like you could definitely sneak in there if you wanted to. I mean, I just don't see like, I mean, because you got to think about it, bro. Like you talking about just in the East alone, KD, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. That he is always gonna be around. So always gonna be around somewhere. You got, I mean, Cleveland descending right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and then I mean, even if you do get there, I mean, you got what? Steph, Clay, Draymond.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too much. Like,
now,
it's
I
just
will
too
say
much.
this. I will say this. Like, listen, when you get to when you get to the Super Bowl, it ain't a cakewalk on the other side on that either, right? Like that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's gonna be the biggest thing. So here's an even bigger question, right? Say they both make a run, and maybe it's not as currently constructed. Maybe there's some future pieces. It is what it is. Who's gonna have enough to overcome the Western Conference or the AFC? I don't feel good on either side on that. I don't feel good on either side with that.
Well, nah, because it's like, well, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna just answer this question by saying I don't really know, cause like I can't, cause I can't put a finger on it. Like even if you go through the AFC, like with the deals that's been signed, like you looking at the next 5 years,
Yeah.
whoever come out of the AFC, that team is loaded. That team is loaded already. You know, Tom Brady can't play forever, so it's just like you know. And then I mean, on the flip side of that, like you said, like this was supposed to be a quote unquote bad matchup for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And they technically figured that, like they figured them out in 6 games. And like if you ask some people, to me, if you ask me, the series wasn't close. Like it went 6 games, but it legitimately felt like 5.
I didn't feel like it was close.
Like, but I would say the Bears, because I mean, if you got, I'm looking at it like it's one game. You don't know who may be playing on the other side in the AFC anyway. Which that could be a big piece that they losing. Plus I got 2 weeks to prepare.
Yeah.
I got 2 weeks to prepare as well. So I'm gonna go football.
I like Danger's comment too. He said football is more team dependent and the NBA is more star dependent. That's a fact. But no, that is a fact. Listen. LeBron is drafted.
Okay. I'm thinking, because when he said, okay, yeah, nah, I'm with you on that. My fault.
But
Good point, bro.
Here's the thing,
Good
right?
point.
We've seen teams win without, in the NFL anyway, right? Just because the team came together. Like, you think about it, the Steelers have never had a losing season. Although if Mitch get it running this, or I'm sorry, under Mike Tomlin, I should say, the Steelers have never had a losing season. The Steelers have absolutely been out without Ben Roethlisberger basically the last 3 years.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Two of them he was actually hurt in, and last season he basically just didn't exist out there. But it's about, like, for me, right, a good team can come together and still win a lot in the NFL. A good team can come together and like that's why I don't fully like. I think in year one, new coach, new system, all of that. If they can figure out the system, if they can figure out the just kind of like where people are supposed to be on the field, how things are supposed to go, and especially on the offensive line. Like honestly, if the offensive line figures it out, you're gonna see the Bears win more than you expected this season. You're gonna see the Bears win more than you expected this season. They'll win 9-10 games. Because the team came together. It's year one of the team coming together, and the schedule's mad easy. So right now it's all kumbaya, sunshine, and butterflies, club dub in that mug. You know what I'm saying? We lit, we having fun, we kicking it. Oh, this is great. We're winning so much. But it's because the team comes together the first time. After a while, right, you got to have some talent on that team for that team to stay together. You got to keep winning games for that team to stay together. Like that talent keeps you moving in the right direction. So like, I think that more times than not, a good team playing well together can still be a 30-win team in the NBA.
Yeah, I was gonna say like for me when I think about it, I think about because you was talking a lot about offensive line play. I look at the Bengals like the Bengals like last year before they made the whole like O-line splash this year, they solidified the two positions on the offensive line that these are two positions we need to protect Joe Burrow. And remember, they was like, I want to say they was like 3-2 heading into that Bears game.
Yeah.
Lost, but then later on down the line when it came time to like, hey, we got to play the Chiefs. Hey, we got to play the Titans. Hey, we got to play these teams. Now, like, okay, at this point, like my offensive line is shored up. I got a good third down defense. We can run through these mugs if need be. So it's all about that. And to that point, they made the run.
Yeah,
they absolutely made the run. So if it's me, I'm like I said, I'm going NFL. Like I would the Bears would get a title before the Bulls would.
I think
get a title before the Bulls would.
I would agree. I would agree. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. I like this comment by Joseph. He said, I consider the offensive line to already be more capable for multiple reasons. Adaptation, play set with realistic expectations, and a strong backfield as fullback and running back. Joseph, you analyzed that way too deep, my boy. The simple answer was Matt Nagy's not here.
You have a fullback? Yeah. Hey, how long you been on the roster? He's been here since you've been here. For real?
Bro, if Nagy was here, we'd have signed Blasingame just to have him. Bro, Jimmy Garoppolo, every time you threw him the ball in the end zone, he's catching, or not Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy Graham. Every time he's throwing the ball in the end zone, he's catching touchdowns. Who do we go to? Cole Kmet. Why? Well, he's got to learn how to do it from somewhere. What? No, we're trying to win games here. You realize you're fired after this season, right? Huh? Oh, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all for showing love, man. If y'all haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. Want to get into this NBA Finals run that the Warriors went on again. Break that down, get Ringo's thoughts on that as well. And we got to listen. There's a couple of things we got to talk about, bro. Stephen A. Smith and Skip got beef. What's going on with that?
I seen some.
What's going on with that, man? Stephen A. Smith and Skip got a little bit of beef going on here. And is Tyreek Hill smoking weed down in Florida already? As he says that Tua, before even playing in a real NFL game, is more accurate than Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes.
nah. It's different out there. Hey, hold on, drop me real quick.
Hey, we'll talk about all that and more on the other side. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Here's a clip from Views from the Bleachers podcast. I know that was supposed to drop yesterday, but yesterday got crazy busy with me coming back to the studio and moving stuff in. So our goal is to drop that for you guys today over on the Patreon side, along with a whole vlog that I'm going to be doing for the next week. Basically like trying to, y'all see what it is, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. We'll be right back. The CP slander comes in to me when people hold him in too high regard just for numbers.
What's too high regard?
People put him above a lot of point guards that have had a lot of success in the NBA because of his numbers. People put him above Isaiah Thomas. He's not above Isaiah Thomas for me in any means of the stretch. In any stretch of the imagination.
I could make a case that he's better than Isaiah Thomas.
I mean, is he more successful than Isaiah Thomas?
Depends
like at the end of the day, for me, at the end of the day,
championship-wise, no. Everything else, Chris Paul beats Isaiah.
But it's again, this is why I don't compare errors.
Maybe scoring?
No, this is why probably not even that. This is why I don't compare errors, right? Because we know for a fact that when Isaiah wasn't hooping on the Pistons, Isaiah played basketball completely different. So you probably never really got to see Isaiah cook the way he could because you got to play a system.
Well, I'm not finna. Okay, let's look at this. 12-time All-Star. Okay, cool. All-Star his entire career, basically. 2-time NBA champ. We know that. Finals MVP. We know that. If Chris Paul had won, he'd be a Finals MVP.
On one leg. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Book was cooking that mud too. Book did sell it though. I didn't tell you that.
Book sold. Big sold. 5-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Star MVP, and 1-time assist champ. The only thing that stands out to me realistically is the Finals MVP and 2-time NBA champion. Now, I'm not trying to make light of that.
It would stand out.
I'm not trying to make light of that. That's ultimately why we play, or why they play. Right? It's ultimately why we watch them play, to see who's going to win the championship. That's the ultimate goal for any NBA player, to win a championship. Now, if you want to sit there and consider his entire body of work, I mean, six-time steal champ, 4-time assist champ, 11-time All MVP, Rookie of the Year, 9-time All Defensive, 12-time All-Stars, where he also has an All-Star MVP, and he's also part of the NBA top 75 players have ever played, just like Isaiah Thomas. The only thing that's missing for him is a, championship and a Finals MVP. But outside of that, he's accomplished more, and he was accomplishing more than Isaiah Thomas.
I don't know, dog. Isaiah Thomas is the only point guard like that we've ever seen win. Leading a team?
Yeah, okay, let's no, because Magic led a team.
He's a point guard. Magic is 6'10". That's why I said the only point guard like that.
We're talking about small guys. I moved the goalpost. You're right. I moved the goalpost.
He's the only point guard like that we've ever seen win. And that was like the leader. Like you think about it, right? Like think about it. It's literally Chris Paul. No, AI, Chris Paul,
Jason Kidd.
Derrick Rose.
Jason Kidd?
J Kidd had Vince. But yeah, I guess J Kidd kind of
went to the finals twice before he got to the Dallas.
Yeah, with Vince though. J Kidd had Vince with him. And
Vince, I mean, you can't no. We can't do that one. Now, that we can't do because Isaiah didn't have it.
J Kidd was the leader of that?
I would say so.
I'm just talking about the leader of the team being like.
I would say so because
I was the leader over Vince.
I would say so.
Okay, so we talk about 30 years. We talk about 5 dudes of that size that led their team far into the playoffs. Like there's not many, and then after that, you start to see them dudes come in.
I'm not. Because this is gonna sound stupid. Some old heads gonna be like, he don't know what he's talking about. I just want to word it correctly.
Welcome back to the show, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. So we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. We also get into what's going on nationally around the world on this mug, man. As we welcome back in the man of the legend, Mr. Stefan Adon, into the channel. There's oh, that was views from Bleachers podcast, by the way. If y'all want to see that, and me and Kid gonna record that today, drop that today, all of that for you guys, man. It's over on the Patreon, or if you're a Breeze super fan, you can get it. But on the Patreon, I can price stuff a little bit cheaper. So check that out. The exclusive content on the Patreon for only $2. $2. If you could buy right now
$2.
If you could buy a small McFlurry at McDonald's, you could support your boys for $2. Check that out over on the Patreon side. That link is in the description below. Chicago guards are asking, Pat, how hungover are you this morning? Bro, I don't get hangovers that bad because I don't drink bad liquor. So like I really wasn't even drunk last night. Like I was a little tipsy. But I feel fine. I feel I could probably run a mile. I'm actually gonna go cut the grass out in this heat after this. But nah, man. If y'all want to support over on the Patreon side, man, only $2 to do that. Check the link in the description below. We do appreciate y'all for the love. And if you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We do talk. I already said that. Don't worry about that. So let me ask this, right? Because there seems to be some beef between Stephen A. and Skip Bayless all of a sudden.
It was just random. Like
it's interesting, right? Because on the JJ Redick podcast, Stephen A. said that basically he saved First Take, that he's the reason that he say that First Take is number one.
Oh, I see. Okay, I seen the clip. I know what you're talking about.
You know what
now.
I'm talking about? Yep.
Yeah, I seen the clip.
Skip went on his podcast and essentially said, "Hey, you're lying." That's
somebody called Cap.
Skip
Who's
called
that Cap's number?
Skip called Cap. Cap called Cap. Cap called Stephen A. Stephen A. has beef. And then Stephen A. responds on Twitter, which these old dudes like with the Twitter beef is so weird to me, bro. It's like, bro, y'all are like 100 years old. Why are y'all beefing on Twitter or throwing jabs on podcasts? Like, bro, I'm such a I don't even know what I would do if somebody like actually had like real beef with me, because I'm such a like, hey, if I know, and especially if I know you, right? Like, you got my number, call me. We're not doing this. I'm that dude. You gonna hit me on Twitter? Oh,
but this the thing that's weird about it though. Stephen A. tell people that all the time. So it's just like, why is you running on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm saying. So like, I mean, I feel like Skip felt like he didn't get enough credit. I feel like Stephen A. deserves the credit. But I mean, whose side are you on in this battle? Yeah, I mean, because for me, I don't disagree with Stephen A. First Take was a decent show before Stephen A. was on it.
It was cold pizza.
It was cold pizza. But it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
First Take, when Stephen A. came on, and I will say this, there will never be a dynamic like Stephen A. and Skip. I don't think either side can replace that. I don't think that Skip and Shannon comes anywhere close to what Stephen A. and Skip was. I don't think that Stephen A. and the host of others comes anywhere close to where these guys are.
Yeah, I don't. I legitimately don't watch Wednesdays. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, when it's Mad Dog,
I watch Wednesday,
bro. It's It's whack, bro. It's well, I can't say it's whack. It's not whack. I can't say it's whack. That's a poor way to do it. It's not as entertaining as when he has the players on there. It's not as entertaining as when he has JJ, because like when they did their ranking, like Mad Dog is so old he makes it entertaining. Like Mad Dog said, Cleveland fans have the best fans.
Yeah, bro. Wild, man, wild.
Boston's not even on the list. And I was like, what are Cleveland fans a fan of? Like, none of their teams have won a championship, but that was his reasoning. They still stick with their team because of it. Like, dog, you're not a fan. You ain't got no choice. You live in Cleveland. You got to root for something. But I feel like Stephen A took First Take to where it needed to go. And I give him credit on that. I give Skip credit on being a part of that because I think it's their dynamic that took it there. But I mean, Skip left, and it could be because ESPN's turned into a very terrible network. But it's still the best show on the network.
Big terrible.
Bro, it's awful. ESPN.
I don't know, bro. To me, I just look at it like I see where I'm a roll with Skip. I'm a roll with Skip, and this is why. When I looked at the clip, I felt like Stephen A kind of dressed it up as like, cause he legitimately said, you know what I'm saying? They had me. You know, they really had me doing a host of other things. But, you know, he came to me in the parking lot and, like, the way he dressed it up was like he begged me on some, like, I need you.
I need you, brother.
Like, I need you to do this for me. You're the savior type.
Yeah, that might have been a little hot. That might have
which is why I feel like Skip was on some, like, all right, like, you know, we did our thing, but like you want some, like, you ain't have to dress it up like that. Like, that's not how it really went down.
Stephen A made it seem like he was on the camel. That's what you say.
Like
Stephen A made it seem like he was
walking off. No, brother, listen to me. I need you. Like, nah, bro. Like, I got like I'm with you. Stephen A deserved the credit. I think he told a little bit of a fib because I don't think it went down like that. But they definitely needed each other. I think he really tried to big up himself right there.
I think I'll say this, right? I love that Stephen A got on because I love that he did it because Stephen A kind of opened the door.
Hey, Chicago guys, absolutely.
Hey, made it seem like Dre was on the phone with KD after they lost to the Cavs, bro. That's a fact. Nah, bro, like for real, like I think that they needed each other. To get First Take to where it was. Stephen A to me is a better personality than Skip. But when they were together, they could bounce their dynamics off of each other and it was a perfect mesh. And you see they're trying to replace that. They're trying to replace that with.
I don't think you can. When you
You're trying to replace that with Shannon. You're trying to replace that with the host of other guys that are going. I'll give FS1 credit. They've only had to go to one guy. They've only had to use Shannon. They haven't had to bring in Max Kellerman. They haven't had to bring in Ryan Hollins. They haven't had to bring in I'm saying, like, there's been so many dudes on First Take that have become regulars.
Yeah. No,
and to me, I'll say to me, that's what makes First Take entertaining for me. That there's like this host of everybody that comes through. But I don't know, dog. Like I was watching the beef, and for me, I side with Stephen A on the fact that he's the reason First Take got to where it is because the cold pizza was not good.
Oh no, it wasn't.
It was okay.
That's about. I think that's where everybody can legitimately agree. Like it was not. It wasn't. Like first, like before it was first take. Cold Pizza was absolutely not where it needed to be.
It was okay, but you wasn't really
all.
getting
Like
you weren't really getting athletes on there. You weren't really getting big name stars to come through, right? Like now, all of a sudden you're getting Snoop Dogg to come on and debate sports. Now, all of a sudden you're getting Kevin Hart to come on and debate sports. Now you're getting T.I. to come on and debate sports, Charlemagne to come on and debate. You're getting the biggest stars in Hollywood to come on and debate sports on your show. Like it doesn't get there to me without Stephen A.
Right. The only thing that I'll be confused about, when did Skip Bayless become friends with Wayne?
Oh, that's been a you dig.
And the crazy part, they like this,
bro. He got a Young Money chain.
They like
that
this.
Happened
like
that happened back on first take.
It's so weird to me, bro. Like, yeah, I can call him up anytime. He'll say he rolled through. What?
Bro, yeah. That happened back on first take, bro. I'm talking about
hey, I'm not gonna lie. First take used to have some fire intros though.
First take used to be, bro. Yeah, I mean, first take was lit back in the day, bro. Like, that's why I hate to see you hate to see the beef happening. I'm like, first off, you old bastages. How about y'all get in a room and talk it out? like y'all don't know each other or know where each other live.
All right, just say that.
Bro, it's hilarious, bro, because like for me, when I listen to or when you would see it, like Lil Wayne and Skip being on the same show, like they had him on there a couple of times when like the Packers were rolling because he's a Packers fan. It was I think after like they go outside in the parking lot. There's a video I think on TV where like they go outside in the parking lot. Wayne lets him drive the car, gives him a Young Money chain, gives him, I think he gave him a pair of Jordans or something like that. And like Skip puts the Jordans on. He's like, oh, it's just that drip. Yeah, I'm there. Like Wayne, like, oh,
oh my God.
Bro, after that, bro, it was hilarious, dog.
It was like, yeah, I'll call him up anytime. What are you gonna make? You just got Tunchi on the line like this?
Hey, bro, he was calling Tunchi. Speaking of former Young Money players, that Drake album is terrible.
Yeah, see, no, hold on, because I can't let you. It's bad, but he finna make his coin.
You know what it is?
He finna make his coin. He about to make his coin. That's all I can say. I'm not even hating on it.
That's a fact, Chicago guards, and that's where Drip Bayless came from.
Hey,
this is my thing. This is my thing with that album, bro. I love everything about the album except Drake. It's how I felt about Nas on the Kanye album.
That's
like when Kanye produced Nas' album, I was like, everything about this album is dope except Nas.
That's a fact.
Like, bro, I love the beats. I love everything about it. I love the production. I love everything about it except Drake. Sitting there doing, and here's the thing. I guarantee I'll end up singing some of these songs, and I'm gonna play it because I like the beats.
Bro, these are all club bangers though.
The dance hall, you dig? Oh yeah, it's gonna be
these are club bangers. And watch, it's gonna be on TikTok in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's why he's doing it. Yeah, you know that's why he did the dance.
It's gonna be on TikTok in 2 weeks.
It's probably busting right now on that.
Replayability, bro.
Yeah.
Replayability. He finna get his coin.
Hey, he finna get paid off of it. I ain't gonna lie.
He finna get his coin.
He definitely finna get paid off of it. I gotta listen. Who else came out today? Westside Boogie dropped today. I gotta listen to him. And who else dropped today? Oh, Logic dropped today. I gotta listen to the Logic album. Was good.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
But yeah, no, I just had to get that off the chest. But yeah, that's where old Drip Bayless came from, bro.
Man, that's wild.
But nah, man, that mess had me dying laughing when I seen them. Not dying laughing, but like just seeing the Wayne stuff had me dying laughing. But when I seen them when I seen them beefing, I was just like, bro, like if y'all don't get y'all old selves off of Twitter or going back and forth, like what are y'all doing?
Because all you gotta do is make the call.
Make the call.
It's legitimately on some like, you hurt my feelings. All right, well, like
Skip literally goes, you hurt my feelings.
like you know it didn't go down like that. He just talked it up a little bit more than what it was. Like, don't leave. I need you.
Hey, Hayes said Drake dropped the TikTok album.
hey, watch him get his coin though.
Hey, that man said, I did my dancey dance on TikTok and went viral with it. That's the album Drake dropped right there.
Hey, Mug just saying he only dropped it and titled it that because of the simple fact Beyonce about to drop. He found out, and that's the reason why the title was like that. Honestly, never mind. He said somebody was like, he put this together in like 45 minutes.
Whole time the title probably changed, but I will say this: he probably changed it to honestly never mind because he had this huge album ready to go and he realized Beyonce finna just take the year. I hope this is my only thing with Beyonce album. Just sing. I want to hear Beyonce sing.
Okay. So
I want to hear Beyonce sing. I love Beyonce voice. Beyonce want to do the whole rap thing, and some of it's cool. I ain't saying you got to give me a whole album and sing it.
Yeah.
But bro, like when she doing the whole album is rap, I be like,
what are you doing? She getting recycled lyrics from Jay.
I don't know who writing the lyrics. I will say that. I don't know who writing the lyrics.
But you got something I can use. I'm trying to rap a little bit.
Whoever writing the lyrics for Ariana Grande is probably writing the lyrics for
Hey, listen. The same person who writes the lyrics for Ariana Grande is the same person that's writing the lyrics for Bad Baby or whatever you want to call her. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. I just like I just want her to sing. I don't know. Kim made the post a while back. He was like who was like your top 5 female artists like vocally, and I legit told him I'm like, Beyonce not on my list.
You tweaking right there. You got to take her whole discography into account. You can't just
I'm just saying vocally. Like if
top 5 singers,
like, huh?
You saying just like singers?
Yeah, just singing vocally, like. Cause that's what it was. Beyonce not on my list. Like, she do her thing, but she's not in my top 5.
That's tough.
Like Jasmine Sullivan, Tori Kelly, Adele. I had who else did I have in there?
I got Ariana Grande.
Ariana. And I forgot who my 5th was. I forgot my 5th. Yeah, but she not in my top 5. And don't get me wrong, she a GOAT. But vocally,
are we just talking about like right now though? You said right now. Or you saying all time? If you say all time,
right now. It's like 5 That's 5 people. All times. If I'm taking a whole body of work into account,
yeah,
she obviously up there. Like
if we talking all time, yeah, that's different. No, I was more so gonna kill you on how trash your list was for the all time female singers. I was like, you ain't got no Whitney on that, John. You ain't got no.
I know.
If you ain't got no Jennifer Hudson on that, John. Hey. I already tried doing the pop punk.
Hey, Ken, Demi can blow, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lovato. We talking about Lovato. We talking about Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
I thought we was on.
Hey, shout out to the other Demi though.
Hey, you do love you some Demis out here, brother. That's a mad insider that nobody else is gonna get. Hey, bro. Oh, that's going in the chat. Oh God, that's going in the chat. That's hilarious, bro. Man, top 5 singers right now. You're not throwing her on there. You're not throwing no Ari Lennox on there.
if we going right now, I'm throwing
Top 5 singers right now.
her,
I got Jasmine Sullivan. I got her.
SZA. Well, nah, SZA's kind of
SZA and
like
Kehlani sound the same to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. And Kehlani came first.
kind of trying to do the rap thing.
SZA trying to do the rap thing too. Ari Lennox for me is on there. Hey, this tell you right now, I ain't gonna lie to you. This tell you right now how different rap is now. Because before dudes would have been like, man, I ain't listening to I don't know nothing about no R&B, bro. I ain't listening to no R&B. I don't know, bro. Like right now, it must like, hey man, that's just a banging though, bro. I be turning off the hey, Jasmine Sullivan be banging, but then she got that one song where she talk about like riding D. You be I'm gonna just skip past that one.
Yep. Ain't gonna be able to do it.
Can't vocalize that when you pull up at the light. But no, what else? That's a tough one. I would go Jasmine, I would go her, I would go Kehlani. Hold on, let me pull up my phone here now. Let me see what I'm.
Hey, LMA, shit, right now, to me, she got the album of the year. I'm not even gonna lie. You could really argue with your mama on that. Like,
so
she got the album of the year. Her, SZA, well, nah. I would say Jasmine Sullivan, her, Summer Walker.
Oh, Summer, I forgot about.
Yeah, Summer with Summer Walker.
Yeah, Summer is a good one. I forgot about Summer.
And
no, that's tough. It's so much R&B out here,
bro. But it's good R&B though. Like, and I'm not mad at it. But I'm really disappointed in rap. Like I'm really
yeah. The rappers are, well, I don't know. I haven't listened to any of what dropped today. But I mean, when you look at the projects, bro, like I'm not excited by most of the projects that have dropped this year. Let's see what we've had. Like almost none of them excite me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how this Drake album is in the hip hop section, but Drake dropped. Kevin Gates, I ain't listened to.
Tim's is a vibe. I gotta get into it. I ain't heard the.
I'm not up on Tim's. I ain't gonna need stuff.
I just heard the one Wait For You did, which you know when she gets to the part when the beat finna drop, it do sound like she's saying Wobble Fat. But you know that's just me.
What?
I gotta send you the TikTok. I gotta send y'all the TikTok later in the chat.
I'm literally just scrolling through the hip hop section. Since Kendrick dropped, ain't nothing been worth listening to, maybe until this week. Nothing. Like, and that Jack Harlow project was okay.
I gotta get at that's 4.5, 5
out of 10.
Yeah,
I probably agree with that.
I
would probably agree with that. I don't know. I was okay with that. Let's get back into a little bit of sports before we get up out of here, man, because I did want to hit on this as well. Yep. Hey, that man Tyreek Hill came with an interesting statement when he said that Tua Tagovailoa is a better, or I should say a more accurate passer than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes responded kind of just saying like he's probably trying to hype up his QB, trying to make him feel good. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, I was surprised by it, but there's a what's he supposed to say in that situation? And also, you know, there's a lot that goes into making this offense work. This offense worked without me. This offense will continue to work without me if I'm not in it, but it's going to work with me while I'm in it. It worked back in Philly when Mike Vick was in it. Like, this offense just works. And the biggest question that I had about the whole situation was, can the dude that got hit in the face mask and dropped the ball in the Super Bowl that ruined the greatest Super Bowl pass I've ever seen in my life really talk about accuracy on a quarterback? Because I remember seeing Pat Mahomes from a horizontal position, side on.
I know. Everybody seen it.
60 yards that hit you in the face and you dropped it.
He was supposed to have two of them things. He was supposed to have two. I think he was just trying to hype up to it, bro. I mean, what you want him to say? It's much to do about none.
Hey, bro, I just want him to be. This is my thing. You can hype up your quarterback. You can say he's you can say he's better, or you can say he's as good, or I love what I'm seeing from him, or he hasn't thrown a ball to me yet that hasn't been perfect. Like, you can say it any other way. Why are you taking shots at Pat Mahomes? Why are we taking shots here at Pat Mahomes? What's going on with that?
Because everybody know that's just like, come on now.
He's capping out here. It's big cap on that, bro. Like, I'm not like this. It's not even realistic. It's not even worth breaking down. Like, are you serious? Like, I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but like, you dropped some of the dimiest. I don't even know if that's a word. The dimiest of passes that hit you dead in the hands or in the face, in the end zone, in a Super Bowl, where Pat Mahomes ran 400 yards the other direction. You got to relax there, brother. That's all I'm saying. What Danger said, Nicholas said Tyreek Hill be tripping. He going to be a slot receiver messing with that quarterback, bro. I don't believe that dynamic's going to work. I don't think Tyreek Hill and Tua is and Jalen Waddle, that's the key.
I mean, they got the reset. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest. He has no room to complain, because you got Mike Gesicki, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Tyreek Hill. Like, you got weapons. So it's just like, if you mess this up, like, you got to get up out of there, bro.
Is he gonna even be able to just? Is he even gonna be able to? I mean, Tua's never been a deep ball guy. He's never been where's Tyreek gonna cook at?
The slot, but I mean, Jalen Waddle played the slot, so it's just like,
I don't see that dynamic working in the slightest. I don't know. I'm not confident in it. Danger said, T.O. said in an interview, Tua was one of the best, most accurate QBs he's practiced with. Said his ball placement was top notch. I mean, the question is, though, is it gonna stay top notch when people are actually trying to kill him?
I mean, well, they
Listen.
They revamped the offensive line, so
they did rebuild that offensive line. I give them that. They got a nice little line. I like what's his name? Huh?
Armstead.
I like Teron Armstead over on the left side. I think that's gonna do a good job. But the difference is, right? Well, is Armstead playing left or right? I thought he was playing left.
He's playing left, but I think they got another big name guy that's playing right as well.
Because I was gonna say, Tua's a completely different situation. Because Almighty KD said straight crossing routes. Tua's a completely different situation, right? Because you paid all that money for a left tackle, but Tua's blind side is his right side because he's left-handed. So You need your right tackle to be the high money guy on your team.
They got Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds. How many running backs y'all need? Jesus.
Hey, all of them. All of them.
Where's the rest of them?
Liam Eisenberg is the right tackle for them, according to
Yeah.
I mean,
they got them a nice little roster.
Hey man, he's gonna get the opportunity.
And they got Connor Williams from the Cowboys. So yeah, they did. That
was a good pickup. I ain't gonna lie. They made some moves, but it's like, do you see the move? I feel like Miami just paid a whole bunch of money to be the 8-18 they would have been with. They would have been if they just let Ryan Fitzpatrick finish the season.
Well,
like that's what I feel like.
Okay, if you give Fitzy this line with those weapons, I think he could do something. I think it'll be a little sporadic.
Fitzy making a Super Bowl run.
Numbers though.
Fitzy making a Super Bowl run.
I mean, not a Super Bowl run, but I tell you, Hill and Waddle gonna look real nice. I don't know about Tua.
I would rather. I hope Tua plays well. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want him to be bad. Plus, he's in the AFC. He don't mean nothing to me. But I don't know, bro. Like, just everything wasn't. The weird part is, right, like, there's always this stigma when stuff doesn't work out. Like, it didn't work out with Tua last season because the coach didn't believe in him and the organization did believe in him, and there was that decisiveness. And I think that can lead you to a struggle. But I don't know if all of a sudden Tua's gonna not be a terrible quarterback like he was last season just because he likes the guys around him. And he wasn't. Was he getting hit a ton last season? I don't remember what his sack numbers were last season. But somebody said, and don't forget, Teddy Bridgewater is waiting to take his spot. Hey, if Teddy Bridgewater can take Tua's spot, that tells you all you need to know.
He took Drew Lock's spot.
Drew Lock is trash.
And Drew Lock was supposed to be nice.
He's not.
Like,
he's not.
It's a matter of time, bro. And watch them take over and they start balling.
Oh, I can see Teddy thriving with this team. Teddy didn't do bad with just Tim Patrick. I can see Teddy thriving with this team. They both the same quarterback. They both can't throw past 20 yards. That I can see. That I'll give you. Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's gonna be weird to see this season. I can't wait for football season to start though.
He got sacked 20 times.
He got sacked 20 times. That's a lot of sacks.
But they got the new line, so
hey, yeah, that's a lot of sacks. I give you that. Hey, I give you that. That's a heck of a lot of sacks. I'm not gonna lie to you. That boy was on his back. How many sacks?
Actually, he's been sacked 20 times in both seasons.
Justin got what, 19 last year?
Who?
How many times Justin get sacked last year?
Y'all was leading the league in sacks and leading the league in sacks giving up.
Yeah, but it was splitting. It was split between three different quarterbacks. So.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Because Andy Dalton and Foles both got sacked. Actually, Nick Foles didn't get sacked that much because he was like, y'all not going to hit me. I'm getting out of here. Justin Fields is 23 years old. Man, I think he's going to be nice.
He got sacked.
Bro, is that for real, bro? Is that a real stat that I'm looking at? He got sacked 36
Yeah,
times.
bro. I just seen, yeah. That's wild.
He got sacked 36 times.
I guess it's safe to say the the way the offense gets rolling this year, Justin has to stay upright because,
bro.
hey, and that's actually wild because Tua been sacked 40 times. So in your first year,
His first year, he's almost been sacked more than Tua in 2 seasons.
man, is that Justin Fields or is that Eli Manning?
Hey. Is that Justin Fields or a plate of ground beef? That's what that is. Bro. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I guess
That's actually horrible.
He got sacked 36 times, bro.
That's actually horrible.
Hey, Baki, yeah, Muzz was pissed when Poles drafted 5-0 lineman over wide receiver. I think it's about where they drafted him, but I do agree. Hey, we finna get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another week. What else we got coming today? We got content coming out today. Got views coming out on the Patreon side, so stay tuned in for that. Trying to think if it's any other content that we plan on dropping. I'm gonna be working on some different money moves today, so might not be as active on the channel, but be on the lookout for us as well on the view side. And if any news breaks, y'all know we're gonna jump on this mug and get it cracking, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again to continue watching our Chicago sports content or continue watching The Daily Show. Just keep on listening. It should pop up next, or go to the playlist on the channel. Appreciate all the love you guys have shown. As always, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stefan the Don. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.